Traders, good morning and welcome to the 44 Trading Room. It is 3 minutes until the open. I have been on a call this morning, so I'm just now getting ready to rock and roll this morning. A couple of things I wanted to cover with everybody here. We've got the futures up this morning over 300 points on the NASDAQ futures here this morning. 88 or down 90 points on the Dow futures here this morning. I'm going to go ahead and right away and say good morning to all here in the room. Right thing to do. Steve C., good morning. Christian, what do you say? Thanks for posting that. Seth, good morning to you. Mark O, good morning. Dan, good morning. Michael P, good morning. Aloha. Nice, man. Was Bangkok all that you thought it was going to be? And Jay, good morning to you. All right, let's see here. I'm going to get my camera rolling. Put this down. Stop the screen. There we go. Restart the screen. Boom. And I am going to be watching right at the get-go here. There we go. I am back and ready to roll. A couple of points here. I'm going to be taking the IBM short this morning. I'll post this. IBM under 220. IBM under 220. And that'll be my first one. Second one here will be JP Morgan to the upside over 330. They posted very good earnings. They're getting sucked down by the sector this morning. And I like JPM long this morning. Also, AVGO over 396. This will probably be my play this morning. AVGO long 396. We're going to add over 400. Hopefully this thing really pops this morning. Futures on high this morning. Again, oil pricing this morning is still up. It's up over $80.50. 80.51 up $2.37 this morning. Gold this morning up 78.80 over $4,000 now again. And crypto's moving really nice, up almost 3% of Bitcoin, 63,885.99. We are up in about a minute here. Again, I'll be watching the AVGO trade, MCHP, and the WFC trade, which is another one of the banking stocks going higher this morning. So, all right, let's see here. And I'll just take this quick pick. Over 396. And we are ready to rock and roll this morning. Okay, 17 seconds before we start the day here. Let's have an awesome day today. Hopefully I'm not driving by myself. I haven't heard from DVG this morning. Okay, Marvel coming down here. I will probably take a Marvel trade. Let me just wait here. SpaceX going very nicely. Okay, switching a few things around here. I am set. Okay, I'm going to take the Marvel trade here over 229 on Marvel, MRVL. MRVL, first trade of the day. Let me go back here. That did not load. MRVL. Shoot, I can't spell this morning. MRVL. There we go. Okay, I'm coming in here at 228. I'll post it right now. Marvel long 228. Okay, MRVL long 228. Target's going to be 230, and I'm going to add it 229 here if we get it. So hold on. Okay, I'm going to come in here at 227. I am long the stock right now, traders. I'm long Marvel at 227. I'll repost it here. I'm going to remove this posting, and I'll repost it here. And it's going to be a Marvel long 227. That's where I'm at. I'm long the stock. And I'm going to add it 228. Target's going to be 230. Stop loss will be 225. Okay, there's the full share size trade. Watch 230 now. 230. It's going to be a big trade for me here. Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's get that 230 here. Come on, reverse and run. AVGO down. I'm going to buy some AVGO here over 390. AVGO long 390. I'll post the alert here. AVGO long 390. I'm going to be coming in here with full share size to start on AVGO. Okay, I'm long AVGO. I'm going to add at 3. I'm going to wait till the 392 so we get confirmation of direction here. Come on. Go. And Marvel, both of them go. SpaceX nicely this morning. IBM, I missed this trade on IBM at 220. And JP Morgan, boy, JP Morgan. Anybody, Alan, did you take JP Morgan at all or no? Nice, good for you, man. Good for you. Go. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with AVGO. I don't. FSLR, nice. IBM would have been worth it. JP Morgan, unbelievable. Okay, again, Marvel looking good. 230 is going to be my target on Marvel. AVGO down a little bit here. Go Marvel. Go. 230 target on Marvel. 385 is my stop loss on AVGO. SpaceX climbing, looking really good. Yeah, CRWD, real nice. Straight up like a rocket ship. Come on, Marvel. Go. Marvel can make my day over 230. Both markets in the green right now. NASDAQ up 148, Dow's up 31. Go AVGO. Touch that 230 and run. Let's go Marvel. Let's go Marvel. Love it. Let's run. We were up 300 points to start. We've come down now, obviously. Come on, Marvel. Still decent volume. 225 on Marvel. I should come out of it right now at the cross of the VWAP line. SpaceX still climbing. Wow, nice. Wells Fargo moving up. That would be a short, in my opinion. Crowd at the top of the day. Wow. Come on, Marvel. Hold on. I don't want to come out of this with a loss. Still up over 140 points now on the NASDAQ. Meta. I have not looked at Meta today. Let's see. Nice. See if it goes here. That's 660. Yep. Here we go. Come on. AVGO. Let's roll. Target 394 on AVGO. Well, one of them in the right direction here. Marvel not running with it. Come on. AVGO. Let's go. Super nice. Break that 390 one more time. Nice spike. Let's continue it though. Go AVGO, go. Now up over 390, target 392. I just think we've got more to go to the upside here. Some good news. MSTR is going to break out here. In fact, I'm going to take this trade here. So I'll put it right where Tesla is here. I'm going to put MSTR. Sorry, MSTR. And I'll put Tesla on my other screen. Okay, and we're going to take MSTR right here, 95.60. I'm long MSTR. I'll post it here. Sorry for the delay on this one. This is on the top side breakout MSTR. Stop loss 94.50. Come on. Not really going anywhere right now. Super good on MSTR. I'm going to take the partial here right over that 96 here, 96.11 on MSTR. Nice breakout here. Yeah, I'll take it right here. 96.11. I am out. 3/4 of the trade MSTR. Real nice breakout trade here at the top side on MSTR. Now just waiting for Marvel and AVGO. I'm going to continue with this MSTR. I think we're going to see a little bit more to the upside here. All shares out MSTR. All shares out MSTR. I'm going to hold on to AVGO here. I think we're going to see this break out to 392. Meta looking good as well. Come on. Marvel's starting to come. 392 target AVGO. 392 target AVGO. We're going to get it 392. I think we will.
Scott, good morning. You hear me?
I can hear you, DG. Good morning to you. How are you?
Doing all right.
Good to hear. Got a nice move in the market so far this morning, although a bit muted now, but we had a nice pump this morning at the open. And now we find ourselves kind of, I think, waiting to take off, I would say.
Yeah, it's that from a technical perspective, 722 on the Qs. Been watching that for a while now. We've reached that today again. I have a feeling we have a tendency to might move higher. But I was actually looking at a couple of things last night where tech may have been overdone a little bit. That said, hitting the 722 and rejecting this morning, giving me a little pause for concern, meaning I might be open or more open to shorting some of the bigger moves that we're seeing today. SpaceX, we missed that journey from yesterday. If you guys remember, I was buying that dip pretty heavily. I think, Scott, you were in that one too.
Yes.
And then SK Hynix this morning getting back up to that 170 print or so. So I may be looking around for names like SK Hynix, maybe even some of the chip names like AMD right here at 554. In fact, I think I will short right here AMD with my first trade of the day. Okay, we're in. We'll build on this one. Meta holding on to 660, but seeing the SPY rollover is what I'm watching for today. Not that I want markets to come down, but the SPY has been carrying markets higher, and we need the Qs to follow up. But I don't think that's going to happen unless we get above that 722 again. Question mark.
Okay, traders, I'm out of the Marvel trade, MRVL. That's a losing trade. Got two winning trades, AVGO and the MSTR trade, but Marvel has taken my cake here this morning. So I'm going to be patient with this trade and see. I'd like to come in again, but we'll see if that if it gives us the opportunity here. I had JPM pegged this morning. In fact, DVG, I think I posted it. Yeah, over 330 this morning, and now it was well over 342.
I'm going to add to AMD a little more. I'm watching the SPY. I'm actually going to pick up some 7. Oh, man, they're so expensive. The 750 strikes, even for tomorrow, they're just so, like, super expensive. Okay, AMD moving against. That's okay. Not a huge position at the moment. Did you take a ton of trades this morning, chat?
I'm on my third trade here. I've taken 3, so not a ton. Marvel not in the right direction. Market's still stable though right now, but I think Marvel, doing its own thing right now. Okay.
Okay. Looking at different strikes for the SPY right now. And I'm gonna add the AMD under 554 again. We'll go half share size on this one. Okay. Starting to build a bundle here on the SPY. See how that plays out. Okay, half share size AMD now. Looking for a breakdown to 546-ish. Be a huge trade. One and done. If that happens, that's okay. Watching MU though down to 960. We'll see how that plays out. And then Meta breaking that 660. Big level for me to watch. Question is, do I want to take on Meta head to head when it's been moving so violently? Probably not. But I have a feeling it's pretty decent alpha if I get it right. SK Hynix 2, 167, 168 area. Let's see how that behaves. Short. Just broke the VWAP. So I want to see if we come back up. Retest, fail. We retest, fail. I'll probably short there as well. Again, it's not that I want the chip sector to come down. What I'm more concerned about is the SPY today. More so than the Qs. So actually, let me do that. 748 strikes for tomorrow on the SPY. Let's start. We'll get two bundles to start. SK Hynix now moving possibly without me. Interestingly enough, if you watch the NASDAQ futures last night, we almost had a perfect double bottom almost at 29,547. And then this morning, people said, yeah, we're not playing down there no more.
Right.
Pretty massive push here to the upside. So
The still, I mean, it's not reassuring when you're going to bed and you're looking at the futures and all of a sudden you're starting to see, futures that are running. I mean, the war is still going on, people getting bombed and stuff like that, and you're like, is there really a way to get this done?
that's the other trouble. The news is conflicting. Like futures movements. This is just, it feels definitely more like a technical setup. So like here comes AMD, guys. See if we can collect on this one a little bit. Here comes AMD now. Looking for a 550 break. Hopefully it's quick. Missed that meta trade. SK Hynix back to 168. I might consider it. We'll see. Okay, here comes the SPY again. 747 is my strike for tomorrow. So I want to see it get in there in that area quickly, or quicker than possible, we'll say. You talk about any of the earnings or any of that?
The only earnings that that I was mentioning was J.P. Morgan earlier in the bank sector, but
AMD now, we just moved down to 549. So there's that break under 550 I was waiting for. So I'm gonna get ready. I got my partial ready. In 3, 2, come on. Not that way. There goes SK Hynix. Hopefully you guys took that trade. I was a little slow on the draw there. That 168 level, magical. I don't know if any of you guys took that. And then Meta. Here's the reason why I didn't really want to toy around with Meta. Case in point, 660 big levels, and then
right back.
660, 660, 662, and 664. So that we'll call it even a 4-point gap between 660 and 664. A lot of money's been moving around there, like just historically and even recently. That said, 660 is just a big psychological level, and I think it looks like maybe Mark. I don't know if you're trading that. Looks like you are. Yep. Oh, you're long though. Okay. Never mind. But if that rolls over again under the close 656.73, we have a chance to roll over here. And I'm looking at the markets. Wouldn't be surprised to see at least a 50% retrace from the move, which it's not that dramatic to be honest. But that 722 print has proven to be a freaking problem, we'll call it. So I'm looking at 50% retrace right around kind of where we're at now, about a point or so more, 715.5. If we start to break that, we might be facing what's just called pre-market lows prior to last night's lows. Nice. Okay, Mark. Yeah, makes sense. It's a great it pays you well when you get it right on Meta, for sure. So I'm not opposed to that. It's just when you get it wrong, it sucks. That's for sure. I don't think anybody's going to mention it, but I think a big reason why banks are pushing. Yeah, good earnings, fine, but might have something to do with the fact that our M2 is like way up right now. But what do I know? We have a few more banks reporting this week. TSM being the big one I watched Thursday before it opened. Netflix after the close on Thursday. We do have United Airlines after the close on Wednesday. But we have like M&T Bank, BlackRock. That's the one I'm watching pre-market tomorrow. And ASML tomorrow morning before the open. So pair that with a bunch of economic data. Things can start to move around, y'all. So let's be mindful of marking up levels on our charts, paying attention to those levels, and looking for key areas of inflows and outflows, especially on the indices. So again, like today, I might be willing to hold this by the bundles I have until I see like 742. And I know some of you guys might be like, what are you talking about, DVG? That is like at least 1% away. And that's the point. So it either gets there and I make a ton of money, or we move to the upside over the highs and I get out of the way and hand over a few bucks. Yesterday, I eked out a green day. I eked it out a couple $100. So I don't even, I almost, that's break even day. So I had my positions on, set it, forget it, came back, got stopped. I'm like, well, it is what it is. A little disappointed in SpaceX. I could have left that one alone and been up 7K today. Oh well. Securities at higher day. Yeah, they had their split, and usually I call it the post split pause. And ever since they did that, it pulled back nicely and then did what it did today. So maybe I feel like I might have missed the move. I don't know about you, Mark, but and I'm trying to look back. I think it was a 4-to-1 split, wasn't it? If I remember right. Seven. Okay, so a couple things, Arex. So Arex is asking, hey, can you explain why 722 on the Qs is an important one? So it's, well, specifically, I have 722.12. It was an all-time high that we put in on the 22nd of May. So that's point number one. Now, granted, I like to keep track of all-time highs when we put them in, like every single one of them. Like at one point, 701.24 was an all-time high. And if you look at 701.24, that area, again, it doesn't have to be that exact to the cent or penny. It is that it becomes a zone. Now, how big you draw your zones is entirely up to you, but I look at the level and I look at also volume. So if you're using volume profile tools, it's a good way to visually see like why that level matters when you see higher level of volume up at those levels, right? And 722 has proven to be an issue for the last however many sessions. So if you look at your charts, actually, I just had one of my screens freeze here. Give me a second. No, I don't want that. Give me just a second. So again, kind of answer your question. The big one is because it was an all-time high, algos will remember that, and then trading volume will remember that. So that's number one. And then number two, if you go back, let me just find the actual dates. Sure, we could even do this together if you want to. Get rid of that. Just that. Okay. I don't know why it's not showing up there. 722.12. So let's go back together for just a moment. If you'd like to, Arex. Yeah, Mark, I appreciate it. I hear him talking in the background too. He's talking about inflation surge, last 5 years, it'll be a thing of the past, etc. But if you go back, Arex, to, so mark up the Qs at 722. I have 722.12, but whatever. I have numerous levels marked off, to be fair. But because it's an all-time high, if you look at, let's say, what day is this? July 1st in the after hours. Watch that level. So we went through it. I call it the needle and thread, the retest. So we broke through the level, came back up, and then retest, held it, and moved higher, right? Tuesday, or this looks like Thursday. So this is Wednesday, July 1st. overnight. If you have after hours and you have that level marked, notice how we came back, retested, pushed higher, opened up to 730, which happens to be another level. I have 730.37 as a preemptive layer. Comes up, rejects that. Once we came back to retest 722, we completely gave it up all the way back to 709, right? Came back, retested 722, couldn't get through for the first morning session. We finally did. We held it throughout the day. Once we gave it up overnight, it collapsed. And now we've come back up to retest it. But just keep an eye on that level and see how it behaves. Like as soon as we get over it, we come back, we bounce, we retest, we try to stay above it. And every time we've retested it in midday, we've held that level and moved higher. And then every time we broke that pre-market, we've collapsed. I shouldn't say collapse, but pretty strong move to the downside. Namely, the most recent one yesterday. Between Friday and Monday, you could see that level getting retested like crazy on Friday. Trying to push above, goes below, comes back up, retest, pushes higher, pushes lower, finally gets above it, holds it throughout the day. Then we break it over overnight, obviously with a bunch of news, and just completely took the floor out. So just keep an eye on it. I even talked about it yesterday.
I'm thinking maybe SpaceX here or CRWD.
Yeah, CRWD looks great.
Or even Tesla. We're bunched up at the top on Tesla. The chart looks great.
Yeah, Warsh is talking about jobs looking stable, etc. So if you guys aren't listening in, definitely put an ear on him. See what he's got to say. Just gotta give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. SpaceX on the pullback as well. I like AVGO over here. Market's kind of flat and just sitting here, right?
Just a side note for the team, we do have a bunch of Fed heads speaking this week, like throughout the week. We've got Waller later today. Warsh is up. He's testifying before the House Finance Committee at the moment. And then the rest of the week, almost every single day, we've got so sorry, it's
I'm
Barr.
waiting for the shoe to drop for him to say something, about the interest rates,
Yeah, so we got, let's see, Barr at 12:40, Chicago Fed President Goolsbee at 1, Lisa Cook. Man, there's a ton of folks speaking from the Fed today and tomorrow. We'll get the Beige Book tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Warsh will continue to testify tomorrow as well at 10 o'clock. So starting today, we'll be back on again tomorrow. Some interesting moves, all while we're reporting financial earnings, excuse me, earnings for the banks. How convenient.
Yeah, right. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Let's talk about macro information while the banks talk about how profitable they are.
Yeah, so we had a question on YouTube about, would I take the IBM trade today? And if we put it right where this SpaceX is here and look at it, to me this morning it was all about, and we talked about it before. In fact, I posted it here in the room pre-market, I believe. IBM under 220, it's now trading 218.30. So I do not think that I would short it again today. But I believe that that IBM is has been decimated today. It's down 65 points or so. So if you're looking for a bottom feeder trade, maybe, but I don't think you're going to have a whole lot left in this stock, depending on if the market caves in or starts to rally. If it starts to rally, then you got some lift to it. But I probably just wouldn't play. I'd probably just stay away from the IBM trade.
Mark had a little bit of a platform problem. Looks like he's restarting that. I'm telling you, I had a the other day system update. I don't know about you guys, those periodic ones that show up like, and then you click it just thinking no big deal, like update now, and then it takes like 10 minutes. It's not always 10 minutes, but that happened to me the other day at like 9:15. So the time was done. barely made it to the open.
Hopefully we're not done for the day here. So I'm completely flat now. I'm out of the AVGO trade, obviously the MSTR trade, and Marvel just sitting here. I like Meta. I like Meta on the top side breakout here. Let's pull Meta up here where IBM is. And I think I'm going to get into this trade here. 660 Meta, and I'm going to go small share size to start. And going to add to this over, let me just look here if it's 661.
Getting my partial on AMD, guys. In just a moment here.
Okay, I'm long the stock, long Meta. 658 stop loss, and target's going to, hopefully we get 664. This would be great if we can, this market could start to take off here.
Yeah, bumping up 665 would be an interesting what now moment for Meta for sure. Like, do we take off? It's just a little slow. I have my put options on the SPY still. That's fine. Worth noting the all-time high for SPY, 760.40. We're sitting at 751.50 amidst straightaway moves being closed. I don't know if it's been an official declaration or not of war yet. I don't know what happens there. It doesn't seem like it matters. I mean, to be fair, a lot of it depends on how you look at it. Like, regardless of what's happening in the straightaway moves and all that other stuff, doesn't change the fact that these companies are having amazing earnings. Speaking of amazing earnings, what's MU doing today? 965. Did it hold 960 today? Oh, it got below 950. Okay. I'll keep an eye on MU today. Big move down the SPY and the Qs. Is it real or is it not real?
That's right. What's happening?
A little pump and dump. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. It's kind of cool in a way. I mean, no pressure trading. It's just being mindful of the moves. And I think even this week with earnings and all the Fed heads speaking, I'm with you, Scott. Like taking a position, take a couple points, get the heck out of the way, and then you just be mindful of sizing because we could easily turn the other direction, long or short, and we've seen that kind of repeatedly throughout the last few sessions. In fact, the Nasdaq futures, again, I've been watching them a lot overnight. I'd say from 6 p.m. Eastern to probably about 10, just to see behaviorally, like as checkpoints. I'm not like staring at it for every tick. But what's interesting is seeing that price action overnight and then seeing how it shows up in the morning. It's really kind of an interesting, like when you juxtapose them to see like how they behave. It's kind of interesting. Because I have a tendency to do what we see during the day happen almost like, in real time. They'll gap the differences. It's kind of like we just saw this big pop to the upside here on the Qs and the SPY. They'll do that, but it'll be in a 1 minute candle in a complete gap up. So let's just say you're short as an example, and then it'll gap up 30 points in one move without like that we're watching it in real time. So we can actually see it usually, even when it gaps higher, move pretty quickly, but in the order flow. Whereas in after hours, you'll see it literally just print 30 points higher. You're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting dynamic, we'll say. Here comes Meta. Nice trade, Scott.
Yep. And the breakout, I'm going to just come out of it here. I'm not looking for a big deal on it. So let's see if it takes out to 664 again, and then maybe this market starts to turn. Market's up now 210. And everything's moving higher. Crowd on the breakout as well.
We want to be out of the fiscal policy business, Mark Warsh said. Whoops. They're actually asking some decent questions finally. I don't know if you guys ever listen to these committees. Sometimes they'll have really I couldn't stand it when they were talking to like tech companies. The questions they were asking were just so ridiculous. But they're asking Warsh some pretty decent questions based on empirical data, based on kind of his perspective, which is good. Definitely a little bit different vibe though from Jay Powell.
Our past, yeah.
Yeah.
You think this guy, you think Warsh is better liked by what you see or not really?
I think
Too early to tell.
We're still, it's too early to tell. I think what's become pretty clear though is he's taking the job seriously. It's not everyone anticipated he was going to be just coming in and bending the knee, and he's not really doing that. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a short term, fake out but a lot of his perspective is definitely very key to what the Fed is supposed to be. Now they're asking, what would you do if the president targets you or fellow governors? Here we go. What would you do in a situation like that? I would continue to do my job.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Come on, Meta, go. Step on the gas here.
Okay, here comes the move now. Qs are trying to get up there. Are you still committed to conducting independent monetary policy today? Yes. Okay. AKA doing my job.
Yeah.
It is really interesting though in these types of committees. They're trying to get a feel for his character, essentially.
Yeah. Sizing them up, right?
Yeah, totally. Which is, you think about it, you get elected to a position, and then you get scrutinized, and then you get, the public. Who wants this job? Like, why take that job? I get it for power, right? But geez, I don't know. Well, in preparation, in case we go the other way, I'm going to add a few bundles on the SPY as anticipated. If we get over 754, I'll dump it. So, I mean, I might lose some money today. It's fine, but they expire tomorrow. Same strike, 747. I kind of like that number. Pre-market lows on the SPY. So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If it does, well, ta-da. I actually think this guy may be what the Fed needs, just not what everybody wants after listening to this guy. Because he wants to follow the rules. The way the Fed was designed, he wants to behave that way. They were getting involved in too much other malarkey.
Malarkey.
I thought you'd like that one.
Yeah. Well, Marvel, you got a chance for me at 225. I'm going to wait to see where we go here.
Right on, Rick. Appreciate jumping in, sharing the trade.
Yep.
With a typo, which is fine. I think part of the reason that's great too, though, is just understanding that sometimes y'all see Scott and I make a mistake, a typo, and it happens. You're looking at the trade, assessing a position, getting ready to click the button, and sometimes 906 becomes 960.
Yeah. Been there, done
okay.
that.
let's keep an eye here, guys, on the SPY and the Qs. We're at kind of decision point here, approaching 11 o'clock or 10:45 right now, but 11 o'clock hour where I'm not saying that's going to be the decision time frame, but I'm curious to see how the afternoon behaves. Again, we had a massive gap up today. Saw a nice 50% retrace off the low to the high today on the Qs. So structurally, pretty nice technical setup to come back and retest that 50% retrace and now move higher. So bulls showing they're in control at the moment. That said, it could all flip upside down in a heartbeat, so be cautious. If I lose on these bundles on the SPY, I may eat, I don't know, a couple $1,000 today. We'll see. Had a nice trade on AMD. My only real trade today. Oracle got wrecked yesterday, by the way. I mean, a lot of stocks
You've
did.
seen IBM today, right?
Oh, what happened? Oh my gosh. What happened to that?
They missed bad. Not good.
Whoa. Well, MU back to 960. It's talking about housing economy right now with Warsh. Yeah, today might be a listen react day. I'm in position in case we do move to the downside, but I mean, I'm with you, Scott. I think there's it's still a question mark. Like, what is this Fed going to decide? We had great earnings across the board for banking this morning. We still have some left on AMD. We'll see if we can get follow through down to 540 would be amazing. That would make my day for sure.
Yeah.
And CRWD looks kind of interesting. What happened? So they didn't report today though, right? On IBM, they just had someone come in and warn.
Yeah, the
Profit
head,
warning citing a shift in customer spending from software to AI hardware and memory chips. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long Arvind is going to be in that position because it said in a letter to investors that the weakness in IBM's infrastructure arm was worse than anticipated, driven by a shortfall for the Z17, the company's flagship enterprise mainframe designed for the AI age. The company expects infrastructure revenue to fall 7% after previously anticipating a low-digit decline.
It's gonna be hard for them to. I think it's gonna be hard for them to recover, but especially with I don't see. You know what? That's maybe just my blindness. I don't see them being the fast mover in the space. You know what I mean?
Okay, watch out. Watch out. I'm seeing some order blocks being thrown around right now. What the heck is that? Watching MU. We're already in AMD short. Let's see if MU.
Man, Marvel, you just kill me. No opportunity there.
Well, what's interesting, part of the, you mentioned Meta. I was talking about it a little bit too, but the Mag 7 names are the only ones that have been trying to like prop up. It used to be the chips. You see the chips move, it's game on, right? Hit the throttle, straight up we go. Problem
Yep.
is there's some reticent behavior happening in the chip sector now, which is so heavily weighted now in the Qs and the SPY even. Whereas as of late, the SPY's kind of rotated out of some of those names. It still has a pretty large position.
Right.
But if you actually look at the prospectus for the SPY, it actually has switched into other, the weights and percentages have shifted a bit. So hence the SPY, while still having a big tech level, or big tech investment, it's not nearly as significant as the Qs or the NASDAQ. So when you look at Microsoft or Meta, these key marquee names moving higher or trying to move higher, but the chip sector's aiming lower, we'll see it in the Qs. And then unfortunately, then we're seeing it bleed out and those Mag 7 names kind of slower. You know which one we haven't been talking about yet? Starbucks. How about Starbucks getting in the software business? And ironically, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that one of Ackman's trades? I doubt it, Rick. I'm not a big coffee guy, as you know, but when I travel early in the morning, and Starbucks would be like one of the options in the airport. It always tastes burnt to me. I don't know why. I'm not a big coffee guy, so I don't know. My wife loves it. She loves Starbucks because they have all their, macchiato, cappuccino, floppy nops, whatever, with chips and I don't know. I'm just like, give me a coffee, thanks. Yeah, Rick was asking, does that technology make their coffee any better? I did have coffee on a coffee farm in Costa Rica, and that was some damn good coffee, though, I will say. Your team, man. I like this now, yes. Fufu flavor, yeah. So you like this now? NOW? You're in that trade, yeah. 106. Yeah, I have interesting levels on service now. This was like pre-split, so it's kind of weird. I have 105 as like a hold, meaning like if you're trying to be bullish, 105 should hold. If you get below that, who knows? But 105 being a big one, and then 108 to 110.40. So I have a stop zone in between that around 199.77 and 108.75. Nice, cool, Rick. So what, you took it for a point, Rick?
Good, very good.
That's what it's all about, man. Sometimes that base hit, home run. Let's go. Very nice. Appreciate you posting that. Reverse home run. Foul ball, Rick? What do you mean reverse home run? I hit it out of the parking lot behind the stadium. I will say, back in the day, you like baseball quite a bit, Scott, right?
I do, yeah.
Do you have a favorite team?
Detroit Tigers.
All Detroit, baby.
Yep. How about yourself?
You know, I would say the Giants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
out on the West Coast.
yeah.
Why the Giants?
California love, man.
There you go. You got a couple. You got 3 teams to choose from there, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
4.
yeah.
So
You got the Oakland A's,
yeah,
the Giants. I had a couple buddies that played for them, so I'm not a big baseball fan as far as, like I'll go to a game and have a good time, but again, for me, if I had a sport that I'd say the top 2 sports would be Formula One and boxing / UFC. Like even during like football season, again, I enjoy a good game, but I don't really watch football until it's like playoffs, like preseason and stuff. If it's on, cool, I'll catch a game, but I end up geeking out on other stuff usually. We're seeing a push here now in the market. Let's see how we end up.
got to be good for Marvel here too. I'm flat with the only exception here, maybe an opportunity on Marvel.
He's reading some notes now. He's not reading notes. He sounds like he's reading a teleprompter the way he's answering.
Really?
So either he's just very like prepared is probably the best way I could put it. He's saying all the right things. Everything's like he's clearly been media trained, clearly. Because he's not saying anything outlandish. Very well spoken, this Warsh guy. They're trying to stump him too. Kind of interesting. Well, SPY looks like it's trying to reach now to the upside. If I could be honest. And I'm in a short position, so while it might kill me to say that, it's okay. It's part of the game. I'm watching coin still. Below 160. I need to get above 160 for me to get interested. This is a regime change in policy. Okay. Nice. Rick, good luck. Netflix earnings tonight. Yep. Is it tonight? I thought it was tomorrow. Let me look. Thursday after the close. Netflix. Yeah. I'm seeing Thursday after the close, so the 16th on Netflix. That's okay. I've been wrong before too. No worries. Let me see. Give me a second. I may nibble and hold here. I like that idea, Rick. Okay. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I'll hold some through earnings with you. I'll do a smaller position. Yeah, not by much, Rick. I promise you. But yeah, Rick's saying I could prop his shares. Probably not, but that's all right. I might be around a little later this afternoon, just to see how markets play out. So I'll ping you guys if I do, but I'm going to step away here for a bit, make some tea. Scott, appreciate you hold down the fort. Showed up a little late today, so thanks for that. And then should be on tomorrow as usual. Let's keep an eye on what this Warsh guy says. You gonna be around for a bit, Scott? Oh, he's off the microphone. Well, I appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow at the open, y'all. Rick, thanks for posting trades. Mark, same thing. Cheers. God bless.
Okay, I'm going to take the Marvel trade right here. So I'm going to post it as Marvel MRVL, and I'm going to go long right here at 223. And let me click the button, and I'm there. 223.14 long. So let's see if we can get this to go. Target's going to be 225 on this trade here. Target 225, here we go. It's going to be a big trade for me again. Get over the VWAP 225 target. Here we go. 225, I'm just going to take a little bit off right here, and I'm going to let it run up to 226 here. This could be a really, really great trade. If I might just hold on to it, get a little greedy here. It's really working for us here with this move higher. Come on, above the VWAP, let's take off. Right at the VWAP line, decision time, let's go. Did DVG take off? Yeah, I think he's gone. Okay, no problem. I'm going to stick with this one last trade here up to 226, and then I will be done as well. Go. Watch the 226 now, as I've been saying. Let's go. 226. Let's go. That's cool, Jay. Hopefully you have a V-bound recovery. We start to really move out here. Market's up 267 now. It's going to be real nice. No, don't pull back. Come on. Stretch to 226. Let's go. No excuses. Okay, I'm going to take the partial here, and I'm going to call it a morning right now. So um, let's. I think we're going to hit 226. So I'm going to take the partial and be done. So a good day for myself today. A good profitable day. Solid, not great, but solid. And I feel very thankful that we're at this juncture right now with the way the markets have been behaving. So a good trading day on a Tuesday. I'll be back tomorrow on a Wednesday. Let's make it happen. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Rick, Mark, Dan, the rest of the team, especially to Clifton for keeping us all in line, DVG and the rest of the team. God bless you all. I hope God blesses you today in a special way as he's done it to us trading. And this move on Marvel is going to be incredible. I'll see you in the morning, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.